Will says quietly, reaching up to stroke her face. I thought you'd gone, but recently I feel as though you've come back to me. She smiles softly. I thought I'd lost you too, she says. This last year has been... She doesn't finish. She can't finish. She watches as a shadow of anguish crosses his face, as his brow furrows, as his jaw tightens. She recognizes that look, recognizes the pain he is trying to hide. She hears the shudder of his breath. His eyes flick away for a moment. He pauses for a fraction too long. No, he says. You never lost me. I'll always be here. She kisses him gently then, and feels his hand drift down the bones of her spine. Later, showered and dressed, they finally appear in the kitchen. Will's younger brother Jamie is already sitting at the table drinking coffee. Will and Fran are hardly able to stop touching each other. Jamie smiles at them, raising an eyebrow. You're up late, he says. Fran feels herself blushing, her stomach flipping over, and turns away towards the toaster. Thanks for last night, Jamie goes on. I needed that. Recently separated from his wife, living apart from his children, Jamie is lonely. Last night wasn't the first Saturday night he'd spent with them. Fran knows Will has been throwing himself into cheering his brother up. She doesn't mind. Jamie makes Will smile, and it's good to see him smile again. As Will and Jamie start talking about the cricket, she feels her husband's hand on her thigh, the warm, solid sensation of him right there next to her. They have been given a second chance, and they have grabbed it with both hands. She isn't naive enough to think everything is going to go back to the way it used to be, but she knows that they can move on. They can talk and heal together. They can take another chance on living, find a new kind of normal. Will stretches, draining his coffee cup. This weather isn't going to let up, is it? He says, looking out of the window, where the rain is rattling against the frames like beads in a jar. I'm going to have to cancel the cricket. As captain of the village team, it is up to him to reschedule this afternoon's match. Fran is quietly delighted that the weather means she doesn't have to spend her last afternoon with her husband before she goes away, watching him play cricket. Will gets up and walks into his study, shutting the door behind him. How are you feeling about tomorrow? Jamie asks. Nervous, Fran replies. It's the first time I've been on a plane on my own, which is pathetic at my age, I know. It's okay to be nervous. It's the first time Will and I have been apart since... She trails off. Jamie knows what she's talking about. I'm worried about him too. Jamie smiles. I'll look after him, he says. After a moment, Jamie gets up and follows Will into his study. He doesn't knock, he just opens the door and walks in. As Fran starts to clear the breakfast dishes, she hears raised voices, but can't quite make out what they are saying. She rolls her eyes to herself. As an only child, she has long since given up on understanding Will and Jamie's relationship. Best friends one minute, bickering the next. She just hopes Jamie doesn't stay too long. She wants her husband to herself for the day. Will. It rains all day. The sky grey and waterlogged and heavy with cloud. After Jamie leaves, Will pulls Fran towards him, his hands at the back of her head where her skull meets her neck, where her hair is cut so short. No cricket, he says. I'm all yours. She smiles, standing on tiptoe to kiss him. Can't we just watch a film or something? She says.